Welcome to the Ozil Podcast, a safe and supportive place that enables you to dare to embody the woman you've always wanted to be. We all know that feeling, don't we? When you keep delaying tasks, even though you know that they might be important to you, but you just keep pushing them away. And the worst part is we still keep making up excuses why we actually don't do shit instead of owning our stuff. And listen closely, because I will share with you this simple but highly effective life hack, my strategic advice and practical tip that I use to overcome procrastination. So stay tuned. My name is Dorothea, and I'm a success coach for ambitious women and heart-centered female entrepreneurs. My mission is to help you step into your power, forge your own path, and create a life you're absolutely in love with. The Ozil Podcast is for those who want to reinvent their careers and follow their dreams to achieve more fulfillment and abundance in their professional lives and beyond. Together, we deep dive into topics such as mindset, career, business, and holistic wellness. With each episode, my aim is to empower you to take inspired actions for your professional development and personal growth by giving you the tools and insights that you need to get to your next level. We all experienced in our lives a point when there was just too much. Maybe you aimed too high and it was terrifying, or maybe you just wanted to do something new, something exciting, like starting a new job, launching a side hustle, or a new project. Or maybe you had just too many things on your plate that you just couldn't deal with it, and you froze. You just froze. And so we all know that feeling, don't we? And usually in these situations, what most people do? Well, they procrastinate. And there can be various reasons for procrastination. It can be out of fear, because they would need to go beyond their comfort zone. And so it's just too scary that you can't do it. It's too much. Or it can be out of overwhelm or even perfectionism. But whatever the reason behind procrastination, we can all agree that that is something that definitely doesn't serve you. And it doesn't serve the person who you want to become. It doesn't serve your objectives and future ambitions, right? Before I go into how we can overcome procrastination, I would like to start by defining what procrastination really is, because it's something I believe that everyone has experienced at least once in their lives. And so what is it? I would say it's when you keep delaying tasks, even though you know that they might be important to you, but you just keep pushing them away. And usually you prefer doing some easier or more fun activities instead. And what happens exactly when we procrastinate? So the problem with procrastination, besides that we don't get shit done, is that we will start to feel guilty of doing nothing, or at least not something that really matters to us. And after a certain time, we will also start to feel overwhelmed by all the things that we know that we need to do. And so we just start panicking. And the worst part is often, even in this situation of panic, we still keep making up excuses why we actually don't do shit instead of owning our stuff. And so the basic step of breaking through this cycle of procrastination is recognizing that what I'm actually doing is procrastination, okay? So recognize when and in which situations you procrastinate. And this level of consciousness will help you afterwards to do the strategy that you need to overcome them. And one more thing about excuses. So just a practical tip to realize why your excuses are not a good enough reason for you to not go after your goals. What you can do is just simply write down all the excuses that you made up in your mind, because usually when you see them on paper, it's easier for you to realize that they are absolutely not true, or at least not all of them. Even if they were true, usually they are not insurmountable, so you can always come up with some alternative solutions. And this way is less likely for you to keep using them as excuses. And another thing that I need to mention when we talk about procrastination, that a lot of the time perfectionism comes into play as well. So there is an aspect in procrastination when you don't do things because you want to do them so damn perfectly that you just don't even start them, right? And it can be really frustrating not to move forward because of that. And honestly, I think I will definitely go deeper into this topic in another episode, but I just really wanted to mention that here for you to acknowledge that maybe the reason or one of the reasons behind your procrastination is perfectionism. And so you know that you need to work on your perfectionism as well. And so now what you all waited for, the technical tip, the life hack that saved my life on how to overcome procrastination. So, as promised, I will share with you this simple but highly effective life hack to overcome procrastination. At least it helped me a lot, and it was truly life-changing, I can say. And so what is it? It's taking baby steps. Yes, you heard me well, baby steps. So this simple as it is. And so why baby steps are so effective? Because it actually allows you to break the pattern of procrastination and to move forward, to move from being stuck and finally taking actions. And this is the key point, okay? Because it's all about taking actions, taking uncomfortable but yet inspired actions towards your goals, regardless of what the goal is. Because when you commit to take just one tiny little baby step, is way less scary and overwhelming than the whole big picture, because you just need to concentrate on this tiny little part on your next baby step. And so when you do baby steps, it's great because you don't have to make the biggest jump over your comfort zone. You just do a tiny little stretch out of it, and you can still manage the size of the change that feels comfortable and doable for you and still gets you closer to your final vision and objective. And so this way, instead of being stuck and doing nothing, you still commit yourself to take action. And so this way, you are in action and you will get the results sooner. And I want to give you an example, even though it's not work related, but I believe it illustrates well the power of baby steps. So it's my example. So the other day I went for a run, but I wasn't in a good shape that day, and honestly I didn't feel like running at all. But I went for it, and so I told myself if I could only do 10 minutes, which is way less than what I usually do, then I would be happy, okay? Because even 10 minutes is better than nothing, right? So I went for it. I went for 10 minutes, and that was my baby step. And what happened? It's really amazing. Because surprisingly, I found myself enjoying the run more than I thought I would. So I said to myself, okay, let's do 15 minutes. And coming up to 15, I still had the energy to move forward. So I kept going, 20, 25, and finally I did 30 minutes. And so I was overjoyed with my performance, given my original state of mind. that did everything in its power to make me skip doing sport altogether. And so this is, I believe, a great example of baby steps and how they can help you achieve your ambition. And to be honest, if I had set 30 minutes as an initial objective from the start, from the beginning, I would have given up way before finishing or even getting close to that 30 minutes. Or maybe I would have never started, I would have avoided doing sport altogether. But this way, by starting small and moving baby step by baby step, I actually over-delivered of what I thought to be possible for me that day. And so I really invite you to go ahead and give it a try, even in your professional projects. And actually anytime, whenever you feel that your procrastination is kicking in. Okay? And so concretely, what do you need to do? First, you need to remind yourself of what you're doing and why you are doing it. So what you need to recognize that you are procrastinating. You need to catch yourself in that moment of procrastination. And after, you need to remind yourself of why you are doing what you are doing. So after that you recognize that you are procrastinating, you need to remind yourself of why you want to do what you want to do, okay? So, for instance, why I wanted to go for a run. So the goal of my goal was to maintain a good health and feel fit and energized in my body. And this is the first step after recognizing the procrastination, that you need to know the goal of your goal, your why. After that, secondly, you need to set a baby step, like my 10 minutes, okay? And remember, a baby step is not so much, but still a step forward. So it's still outside of your comfort zone, but it's something that you are comfortable with and feels doable to you, okay? And after that, if you can push your limits further, even better, baby step by baby step. But if you don't, and if you only achieve your first baby step, you would still be happy and proud of yourself because you still accomplished something. And finally, one last thing that I encourage you to do is to celebrate your success, okay? And here I mean all of your wins, even the smallest ones, all the little achievements that you made. So I mean all the baby steps that you made. And it's so important, it's crucial, because when you celebrate, you raise your vibration and you feel proud of yourself and capable of so much more. And this way, you don't only overcome procrastination and get closer to your goal, but the bonus is that you work on your confidence as well. And that's it. This is my strategic advice and practical tip that I use to overcome procrastination. I hope that you found this episode useful. And so if you like this podcast, please don't hesitate to share it or rate it with 5 stars on iTunes. You can leave me a little like or a nice comment. It will be highly appreciated. Thank you so much and see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye bye.